Dr. V is back. Wait, I have a question.
I know my way around. I'm just like, just start drinking.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We're kind of awkwardly far, but we can do a.
Yeah.
Okay, so happy to have you back, and I have a question.
I'm really happy to be here. I'm always happy to be with you.
I love having you.
You've got such great energy. She's got good energy.
Wow, you heard it here first from Dr. V. I have a question.
What's up?
When I see you out and about, like at an event or something.
No, you didn't. I'm just kidding.
No, you're like, if you saw me. No, you didn't. Now I have a question. Should I be saying Dr. V at this point? Or like, what is your name to me?
It would be really, I don't know. I don't hear Viviana very often outside of like my family.
Okay.
And my friends, like, honestly, nobody calls me Viviana. They call me Vivi.
Okay.
Because that's friends and family. That's what I grew up
Yeah.
with. Or they call me Dr. V or Dr. Viviana.
Okay, so Dr. V is comfortable for you.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
Like-
yeah. I would know, like, I would immediately know the context I'm in.
Okay.
It would be one of those things where I would, if I heard your voice, I'd probably know who you were. But if I heard your voice and somebody just called me Viviana, I would be like, how do I know you?
No, Viviana would seem so unnatural for me to say. That's why I was just like, do I still call her Dr. V?
Like, I would
Not
never
in,
be offended. Like,
Yeah.
that's not, it's more like,
Okay.
help me with the context, people.
Right. Okay, well, Dr. V's back. I think this is, I don't know, 4th, 5th, or 6th time, including the
Oh, yeah.
time.
This is number 5 because I'm supposed to get my rope.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Next time.
It's in the works.
Number 6.
It's
We're
in
going to
the
go with number
works.
6.
Okay, lucky number 6.
Yeah.
I like it. Welcome to Adultish Wines Podcast, where we're grown enough to pay bills, but messy enough to still text our exes. Grab a glass of wine and let's get adultish. She has been on before. If you haven't caught any of those episodes, I will link them in the description. She gives the best advice for singles and partners.
Yeah, I am a marriage and family therapist and a certified sex therapist, and I try to share what I know to help people to connect in a more intimate way, both like emotional and physical intimacy. Everywhere I can. I like to spread my word.
Yeah, and you do it for free
Yeah.
in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? Like, you're such a great resource.
I try.
And
I
your
really
book,
do. The 4 intimacy styles. Yeah, the 4 intimacy styles. And maybe next time I'll have my next book. I know. It's almost out. Actually, I think we'll probably do pre-sale in December for Valentine's Day.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, I'm excited.
You're always up to something.
I am, and sometimes it's a problem. I don't know, like any entrepreneurs out there, any creatives out there. I mean, we need a support group because I'm always thinking of something, always. And it's not like, sometimes it's problematic because I could just start with one idea and like by the end of the day, I've got 3 other ones that I'm working on and they all are prioritized as like a now.
Yeah.
So not only do I have a second book coming out, but I have an app coming out. I have a reflection game coming out. I will likely have some things I can't talk about coming out. But yeah, there's just a lot. I'm always doing something. It's just fun.
It's just fun.
As my brain goes.
Do you enjoy quiet time? And I'm asking this from a personal experience I just had. I've been fostering dogs lately.
Aww,
and my foster dog, transported, right? So she left. And then the next day I was like really excited to do nothing. And as an entrepreneur, I have, but
you never have nothing to work on, right?
Doing.
Yeah.
So I sat on the couch and I was like, oh, no, this will not do. I had to do something. I had to start working, leave my house, take Pedro, my dog out. Like, I was like, I can't sit here and do nothing.
I have my laptop out at all times. It is huge, but I love it. And it's like with me at all times. I have real trouble with just like sitting and being quiet.
Yeah.
If I'm sitting and being quiet, it's because I'm asleep or napping like on a plane.
Okay.
That's
so funny.
I know. It's weird. I never really thought that I would be that person though, just because I enjoy relaxation, but it's more relaxing to me to be like figuring something out or finishing something.
Right. Pouring your passion into something and seeing it come to fruition.
Or even just knocking out some things on my to-do list. I'm not the kind of person that tends to get stressed out about lots of things. I don't know what it is. It's almost like I'm used to this like a high vibe, but I do really, I feel like I'm one of those people who loves to enjoy the relaxation that comes from having completed something.
Yeah.
But there's very rarely like something that I'm not working on, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you quiet your mind when you're like doing date nights with your husband or like, you know, like at your kids'?
He's not here, so I can say whatever I want. You know, I think I struggle with. No, I can certainly focus. Like I am able to focus on him. I'm able to focus on what we're doing.
Okay.
But if we're like at home and we're in front of the TV, we could be watching a show, and unless it's something where we both have our phones down and there's like nothing going on, we will both have like our phones out, and he'll be checking the scores of the game.
Okay.
I'll be checking my Insta during commercials or
Yeah.
whatever. It's hard though. It is hard. But yes, I can quiet my brain. But again, this is funny. I was doing this like yoga relaxation thing a few times a week, and every time I would just fall asleep. So like the minute that my brain quiets, I just fall asleep. So
Whoa.
it could be like 10 in the morning, it could be 5 in the afternoon. So yeah, there's like an on and off switch for sure.
Okay, that's interesting. And I'm surprised that you can actually quiet your mind. In yoga, I cannot quiet my mind. I'm constantly thinking about what I'm going to do after this or where, you know, the errand I have to do, my to-do list.
I think maybe you just have to exhaust yourself. Like maybe that's what it is. I'm just so exhausted at the minute I'm horizontal and breathing, like really breathing.
Yeah.
Lately, I've been finding that I don't breathe very well. Like I'll be in the car and I'll be like, oh, that's like the deepest breath I've had all week.
Oh.
So I think when I get into better breathing,
Yeah.
Immediately my body's like, oh yeah, you needed this. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's what happens.
So funny.
Yeah, I'm weird.
And you've been in your workout, like you've been really working out lately.
Okay, so Illuminate Sweat just happens to be in my side of town. And it didn't scare me as much as other workouts do. And when I did it, because a friend was like, you have to do it. She does it like all the time. Dr. Neda Nasrati from Village Dermatology. She's an old pal, but she's fit, like super fit. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then I was like, I love this. You know why? Because I get bored with workouts that are like the same thing the entire hour. And this one like goes through different things. So again, just having to like the switch up.
Yep.
That's huge for me. So I love that. And then I also have been doing Slay by Jenny. And it is a fun, freaky dance class. I mean,
a fun freaky dance class?
Freaky. We are shaking everything.
Dr. B, who doesn't cuss?
There's a lot of cursing in the words of the songs.
Oh my god!
But I love it. It is so much fun.
Ooh, like a fun little outlet.
Oh yeah, no. Slay by Jenny, check it out. I'm a fan. I look forward to it every week. Anytime I can make it there, I'm there, and it is fun. And it's just like no inhibitions. You're just gonna go, and they just make you get into this like bad girl vibe. It's great. I love it. So yeah, I'm enjoying working out. Slay, SLA with a little line over the top. Slay by Jenny.
Okay.
But go to Dr. Viviana Style. That's my like fashion beauty page.
Yeah. And
health and all that. So I follow all of these people. I post about them. They're so much fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Love that. Whiners, as you all know, sometimes we talk about hard things on the pod, and the stigma around mental health is one of them. That's why I'm so happy to have BetterHelp Therapy as a sponsor. There's no shame in the therapy game. You don't need to have a serious clinical mental health issue like depression or anxiety to go to therapy. You can just be a regular human with a regular human-ish to figure out. Therapy can even just help you with everyday tools for everyday life. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and accessible. I know finding a therapist can be the most intimidating step of starting this journey, and the benefit of BetterHelp is that it's online, remote, and you get matched with a professional therapist within days. Use the link in the description of this episode or go to betterhelp.com/adultish. It's so easy, you will not regret it. Don't be scared. If you don't love the first therapist you're matched with, you can easily switch. That's one of the things I was worried about. When I tell my whole life story to one person, I have to switch to another one because I'm not really getting along. So this one, you don't have to worry about the network, the insurance, blah, blah, blah. So if you need an unbiased professional to vent to, or whether you have anxiety, PTSD, depression, or family issues, I think BetterHelp is a great place to start. Click the link in the episode description or go to betterhelp.com/adultish for 10% off your first month. Love you, whiners. Let's get into a couple wine of the weeks that have been submitted at some point in time from my listeners, my whiners, and we'll just weigh in a little bit. You'll probably, hopefully, give us some of your expert advice.
All right.
I feel guilty that I want more sex than my partner. Is that normal?
It is very typical and usual for couples to have sexual desire discrepancy. In pretty much any given relationship at any given time, somebody has higher desire and even motivation to experience sexual intimacy. Feeling guilty about it, I would say, I don't know that I would necessarily. Guilty has more to do with your relationship as far as how maybe your partner has, helped you to feel a certain way about it and how they received it. But if you are, okay, how about this? You should only feel guilty if you are doing things to make the gap wider. So if you're like obsessively watching pornography, if you're constantly fantasizing, if you're like always at sex stores, if you're, reading erotica all the time, then you're making that gap wider between y'all. And a lot of times when people come into my private practice, we will talk about like, what are you doing to kind of bring each other closer so that you're more aligned? And sometimes people are like, no, this is how it's always been. And they don't really know that they're making the discrepancy even wider.
Right. You think that like you're helping you're trying to satisfy those needs so you don't bring it upon your partner, but that's not the way that it's working.
It doesn't tend to work well for a relationship. And if the other partner is doing nothing to nurture their sexual desire, then this is not going to go well.
Right.
This is basically just the two of you moving further and further apart. So that's when I would say if you might want, not that you should ever really feel guilty, but you might want to be like, hey, am I making things worse?
Yeah. On that note, I was speaking to a friend recently, and they were talking about how like they've just been really going through it, like mentally for quite a bit. It's a woman I'm talking about, and she is in a marriage. And typically in her life, she has always been very sexual. Like she feels like that's a big part of her personality and her marriage, her relationship. And she has not been feeling that way for a while. And she's just like sorting through that.
Yeah.
I guess I know that's,
It's very vague, but that's okay. We can do some things with this. So a couple of things that I would immediately be curious about is like, what is her age? What is her health? Right? What is her mental health like? What are her stressors? What is occupying her brain? Anytime you're experiencing either chronic or acute stress, your sexual desire goes down typically. Unless you've gotten to a habit where your outlet for that stress is, or even anxiety is, to experience sexual stimulation, arousal, even, ejaculation, orgasm, that sort of thing. So I would ask her that. I would also wonder, is it because of something that's going on between the two of them? Is she feeling maybe like it doesn't make sense to have such a high sex drive or to have sexuality be at the forefront? Maybe there's something else in her world or in their world that requires that energy.
Yeah.
So it's not always a bad thing when or always something to be completely like, oh no, what's going on? It could be that you're needing that energy elsewhere. But depending on, like, she could be perimenopausal, she could be going through some things.
What age is perimenopausal?
So it can, for some people, it can start in the early 30s.
Oh.
And then through to like the early 40s, and then menopause typically starts mid 40s. And it can, for African American women, it tends to be like the longest. It's like 10 years.
Whoa.
It can be. And the symptoms can start really early on. But really, for all women, they can be looking at 40s, 50s, and then hopefully be done by the time they're in their 60s.
What a weird thing.
Well, remember, it's in a way, it's a lot like puberty. Puberty doesn't just like, boom, you're not done. It's something that you progress through.
I know, but like just thinking about like
it's a transition.
We have this transition that's like going to for sure happen at some point for some period of time. It's like just kind of a crazy thought.
Oh, come on. We do it during puberty, though. We're used to that. We're used to.
For us.
You know what? I'm one of those people who is just hoping that I go through it and I didn't even know. That's what happened with my
Can that
mom.
happen?
She was like, I didn't experience any symptoms, and I'm like, that's gonna be me.
I would never be so
I'm willing
lucky.
it. I'm willing it. And so far, so good.
Whoa.
If I have brain fog, it's because I've always had brain fog.
Okay.
Like, I'm just gonna explain it away.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm just got really nervous about experiencing that. Maybe I have a
Well,
little
we
longer.
also have like the most amazing doctors in Houston. Dr. Christy Pramuji, she's amazing. I love to name drop people because a lot of people aren't asking like, oh, who do you go see? Who do you, and let me tell you why. You know what? I just put this all together. It's the wine talking. The wine is helping me put these things together. When people go to a therapist, they don't typically shout it from the rooftops. Now, I do have some clients who are like, I tell everybody, and they refer, and they're like, give me more cards, But most of the time, when people are coming into couples therapy, they're pretty mum about it. And so I may not have people out there who are like, hey, go see Dr. V. We saw Dr. V. Because it's more of like if I was an individual therapist, which I'm not as much, I think they'd be more likely to share. But it's also sex therapy, and not a lot of people want to share that they're talking about sex with people. So, so I like to do the opposite. I'm like, go to this pelvic floor therapist. Go to this,
I think it's urogynecologist too,
urogynecologist.
because I've never even thought of perimenopause. Like honestly, I haven't really ever thought of it. But then now that I know that we've talked about it or I've heard it from somebody, I'll go back and be like, someone said I need to go to see someone. Who was that? When was that? You know, like I can reference back.
So if you are suffering, this is what I'll say, because we've done a few events together, and I have seen her patients who have said, like, she's amazing, she's changed my life. Dr. Christy Pramuji Da, she is, and she's right next to my office now, so it's amazing. But she's with Life Sculpt MD, and she's just great. And if you're struggling with any symptoms of anything, it doesn't even have to do with perimenopause or menopause, but if you are struggling with pain, with low desire, things that are physiological versus maybe psychological, I refer to her all the time, and she's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. I do know how you feel about this, but in case it'll be a refresher, this one says, my partner thinks scheduling sex kills the mood, but without it, we don't do it at all.
There you go. Is it more important to have the experience all of the physiological benefits, the relational benefits of having sex, which can be defined in all sorts of ways, or wish that it could be spontaneous?
So if their partner thinks it kills the mood and doesn't want to do it, I guess what's a good way to introduce the fact that like this will benefit us both?
Well, first of all, I think showing enthusiasm and looking forward to it and saying like, hey, tonight's date night, and not picking a fight and not eating the wrong things. And maybe you put it on your calendar, not on theirs. I mean, there's always that too. They don't necessarily have to be a part of every single time you initiate because it's scheduled. But like, I mean, I don't want to like kill the vibe, but for women, we definitely have more hangups when it comes to what we would need to feel, how we would need to prepare emotionally, mentally, as well as physically for a sexual experience. So it might be less unnerving. It might be more comfortable to schedule. And maybe for men, it's like, no, I'm good. Like,
yeah, but I love that. Keep the schedule. Maybe for this person, maybe keep the scheduling in your own. They don't even need to know about the scheduling.
Yeah.
But put it in your calendar that you're going to make sure, like you said, prepare yourself. Like, don't eat something that's going to make your stomach hurt.
Right. Don't take your melatonin too soon. Don't get on that call with your boss or maybe your mother that's going to irritate you on the way home from work. These are things that I think a lot of people, when I explain it, they're like, oh, I could see that. But they typically will have their male partner who's like, I don't want it if it's not spontaneous, because otherwise it feels like a chore. It feels like you're doing something that you don't want to do. And if you wanted to do it, you wouldn't have to schedule it. We schedule everything, things that we love to do. This was scheduled.
Right.
I am happy to be here. I've been looking forward to it. There's nothing about this that's a drag or feels like a chore.
Yeah.
And we do that with everything. Things that mean something to us and that we prioritize, we put on our calendars.
So twist it.
twist it.
I like that. I like that. Okay, so you talked about a couple things that you're up to. You've got a book coming out, which is very exciting. Can you give us any insight to that?
It is all about how to keep the spark alive.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for more long-term.
It's for long-term couples. It's for couples who they could be in the newer phase, but then want to make sure that they transition from that like passionate new relationship energy phase into something that's more long-term. From a therapeutic standpoint, when I'm working with couples, the couples that tend to struggle the most, even if they're maybe this is a second, third, fourth marriage, a lot of them will say, we did not transition well from that first passionate phase
Honeymoon,
into the next,
quote unquote.
the honeymoon, into the more long lasting one.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people, because they don't know how to do that, they don't really understand how to keep that sexual desire alive between them and that sexual spark alive, they just break up or they divorce. They're like, yeah, we're done. And it's like, oh no, I wish I could just help couples like get over that hump. Because I think you'll find the more you talk to people, they'll say, oh yeah, no, it just kind of fizzled out after like 12 months to 18 months. And we didn't want to stay together. And a lot of it is because they don't know how to keep the spark alive.
Okay, so your book will help with this.
Yes.
Do you think that social media and dating apps, even like dating apps obviously before this couple is in a relationship, do you think that like they have really plagued like the dating and the long-term relationship? Just in social media, it's just like one more you have everyone to you think you have access to everyone, you know, like you're constantly looking at beautiful
like FOMO,
people.
like
FOMO
is the next person that I
better, you know, you go on 2 dates with somebody, but it's like he wasn't tall enough, let's keep swiping. And then you get into a long-term relationship and then you're still scrolling social media, you're still doing that part. Do you feel like that has really
it has made it to where honestly I think so many people feel like they don't have to settle down, they don't have to settle, but y'all, settling is just being decisive. I mean, you know, at some point I left the house and I'm like, I'm going to wear these earrings.
Yeah.
You know, like you have to
make a decision.
You have to make a decision. And every day that you're either dating, looking for someone, or you are with someone, it is a decision to show up for that person, to show up and invest in your relationship. And when it's struggling, what do you do? All of these are just decisions. I'm convinced that people who are struggling on dating apps and not like really getting any further with one or two or even three people and learning more about them, it's because they're indecisive individuals. They just don't tend to practice making, or they lack the knowledge of like how to make a decision. I almost feel like we need to do some sort of a workshop on like how do you make decisions, because ultimately if you're going to get into a long-term relationship, you're going to making the decision every single day to either, you know, work on the relationship or neglect it.
Yeah. Interesting.
What are you thinking of over there?
I'm just thinking it's been a while since I've seen you. I just recently got back on dating apps.
Okay.
I think I probably took like 7. I mean, I've been on Raya in the background, but like not really actively. I'm back on Hinge, which is like more people local in my area. And I'm really just going about it is like I want to have fun, not casual dating sex fun. Like I just want to meet new people, go out on dates, see what's out there, and just like have a yes, I am looking for my partner.
But not have like too much of an agenda. Is that what you mean?
Yes. Okay. Like I don't want to be going on date 1, date 2, and just being
checkbox.
Like, exactly. Or like he said one thing that really bothered me. So I'm just trying to have like a little bit more of an open mind and be more fun about it mentally it's like my own mental.
So what do you look for? Like what's a green flag that you're like, if this is there, for sure, a second date?
Oh gosh, I mean, this is cheesy, but just like kind. Just like a kind
people, be kind.
Yeah, that's number 1.
And that's like forever, not just when you're dating.
No,
can you just be kind and respectful?
But if you're kind on the first date, like yeah, maybe you're showing off or something like that, but like I'm pretty observant, I can tell. Like socially aware. For example, I went on a first date and the server brought 2 boxes in a bag, and you know, we boxed our food, and then the gentleman I was with grabbed my food and put it in the bag and like shoved it over like to the side of me, and it's like such a small thing. I'm not like, oh my god, this guy's such a gentleman. I'm just saying he's socially aware. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
you thought like, oh, there's only one bag. Of course, I'm going to give it to this lovely lady I'm on a date
Yeah,
with.
he didn't have to. He could have just been like,
right. And
okay, I
it's
got
just
my
something that
bag.
I'm noticing. Like, that's kind to me. That means you think with
You know, your
kindness.
listeners are like, wow, her standards are really low.
I know, but no, of course that's not like, and he is getting a second date, by the way, but like so many
good.
other things
Yeah.
went
That
well.
just adds it. Like, it adds it.
Yes, and yeah, but seriously, I do go on dates where like they're boxing up the food to take home, you know, like all of them.
My plate.
Yeah,
Give me back my steak.
absolutely. My standards have been low in the past.
No,
So we're working on it.
Yeah.
But
so the opposite, you're right. Like the opposite behavior.
I just
would
notice
be a
it.
Really
I'm not
big
like,
red flag.
oh my God, this guy's the best man I've ever met. I'm just like, okay, good.
That's
love.
manners. That's nice.
You have manners. We love this. Yeah. So I'm just thinking about, but I also was like, okay, this guy is like, you know, I'm in heels and we're kind of the same height. And, you know, like I did have a little like, okay, well, and then I just started swiping, you know, like it's just habitual. But I am also looking forward to the second date with this guy. But I did feel a little bit like, okay, maybe he's too short for me kind of vibes. But he's not. And like his attitude, his personality, he is not.
Yeah.
And I liked him. I had a good date with him. So I'm, you know, looking forward to going out again. But
yay. Okay, wait. So I wanna ask you a couple more questions.
Okay.
We're gonna turn this around on you, Paige. So why you're still swiping, right? Is this like a just trying to be like consistent with like your time? Like you're trying to like why not? When is this next date? Like within how many days?
So actually, to clarify, I have not gone on and swiped anymore. However, I already had some existing matches that I was speaking with.
Okay.
So I shouldn't have said swiping, but yeah, I am still communicating with those people.
Okay. So I am a fan.
Okay.
And it's not the easiest thing, and people kind of look at me like I have a third eye, but I'm a fan. Like if you feel something that is like if really there's all beige or green flags, I would love for you to give him 1 month of
just pure focus.
Focus time. The two of you agree to have 1 month of dating, talking, living, communicating.
I'm not opposed to that with this particular guy. I will ask on date 2 kind of what he's looking for. And if it's I just
not
didn't
because
ask those
not because
yet.
you're trying to like get serious, but more like why spend the next 2 years
swiping
or like seeing each other randomly but not actually getting to know, and then maybe he's doing the same thing with someone else and then he's like gone, when you can say, let's just see what it would look like if we were actually dating exclusively for 1 month.
Right.
And if we really liked it, we liked it. And if we didn't, we learned a few things. Or if we see like, hey, maybe we have to work through some stuff instead of having to work through it 4 years from now.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just kind of in a place where I'm like,
I don't know.
Guys, y'all really need to be dating more intentionally.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people feel worried about becoming like exclusive, but if you're giving up 1 month,
I don't worry about that. I don't worry about that
1
at
month
all.
of your life.
I'd be happy to do that. I'd be happy to be exclusive with somebody.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But you would have to get the buy-in from them as well. But asking somebody for 1 month is not as intimidating as like 3 months down the road being like, are we exclusive? You know?
Yeah.
Like as an experiment. Maybe I need to like create a challenge online so people can point to it and be like, hey, are you interested in this? Do you want to do this?
Yeah. Maybe. That's helpful because when we can point to something that is, I saw this thing or I heard this podcast.
Yeah. And I can like tell y'all what to do every single week.
I'm into it.
Yay. Okay. See?
Okay.
This is what happens. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm working on something else.
Oh shoot, sorry.
This is what
Wait, okay, speaking of working on something else, you've recently been on, what is the Nick Cannon situation
Nick Cannon
that you're
at
on?
night. Yeah. Oh my gosh, y'all. He is so fun, funny, professional. He is like the ultimate host kind of guy. He I don't know how he does it. Like actually in the last one that I just did with him. So basically it's love, sex, dating, relationships, call in, live studio, like live audience. It's at an amazing, beautiful restaurant called Yamashiro. And it's Yamashiro Hollywood. It's like this amazing Japanese restaurant that overlooks. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. The whole thing is beautiful. He brings on a friend and they're like really friends and an expert. And I've done several of the shows and it is so fun. But this last one, I was so impressed, I would say, with his professionalism. He'd gotten into a really bad accident that morning. I won't give the details of what he was doing, but it was like a family thing. And he showed up, and I could just tell something was off. And he had like
Oh
stitches,
my
and his
gosh.
lip was a little bit big. And I was just like, "Are you okay?" Like we're not like
Yeah.
friends or anything,
Yeah.
but I mean we're friendly. And I was like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "You know what? It's been a day. I just got out of Cedar Sinai or something."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my gosh." And he was like, I said, "Most people would have canceled." He's like, "You flew in from Houston. Like everyone is here. Like
Uh,
no way." And I just thought, "Wow." Yeah. So he's just one of those
that's nice
people.
to
He's
hear.
got his hands on a lot of stuff, but he seems like he has a really good handle on it.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed being a part of the show. It's season 1. His team is amazing. So go with the flow. Um, I laugh so hard. And
Good.
I'm sure I blush in half of it because it is a whole other vibe.
Yeah, and obviously you have experience with
Yeah.
being on a TV or
Mhm.
more not scripted, but like Married at First
Married at
Sight.
First Sight. Yeah,
So
reality
then going from
TV.
there, like I knew you had some blushing moments too.
Yeah, I mean, those couples were, I mean, we were all learning. But the thing is, what I love about the projects that I become a part of is that I'm able to just do me. Like, I'm really just there to help. I just want to help in whatever way.
Yeah.
And so, I'm able to do that in different ways and to different degrees. But it's always fun and spontaneous and exciting.
When are those shows? And are they where are they where can we find them?
There you can go to Nick Cannon at Night.
Okay.
YouTube, they have the audio video. Uh, and it's a podcast show, so you'll hear it everywhere you hear
Okay.
podcasts. Yeah,
Okay.
it's fun.
Perfect. I'll
It's a
have
lot
to
of
tune
fun.
in to listen to one of your episodes
Yeah,
and see you
definitely.
blush
And
and
of
then
course, if you go to my Instagram, Dr. Viviana, spell out DoctorViviana. I post everything there.
Yeah.
And if you go to drvivianatv.com, it's all there.
Yeah, you're good about linking
I try to
everything.
my team knows I want everything up there. Like anytime we meet, it's up there and it
Yeah.
all points back to you. So it's good.
Okay, good. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and then I'm
Tell
on,
me.
I've been doing morning shows. So morning shows are so much fun too, that where I'm able to talk about any topics that I want, obviously in a morning show fashion. Definitely not like late
Is
night,
this on
like the nightcap.
Fox?
This is on
Okay.
Fox. I also do Good Day LA. I've done Good Day New York, but Houston's morning show is I'm on there at least twice a week, and
How
I
are we
really
talking
enjoy
about
it.
sex in the morning or intimacy in the morning?
Um, you know what? I feel like I almost enjoy that more because that's more of who I am in the therapy space. Like I tend
Mm,
to talk about things in a very approachable, non-graphic,
yeah.
it's just very professional
Yeah.
way. So for
Okay, that
me,
makes
it's super
sense.
easy. Um, there are certain things that they've asked me to just steer clear of, like certain, you know, I'm not going to show up with like a whole pleasure chest, although I have, and I was like, I guess I'm going to keep that in there. Like there's certain things that just
If
aren't
you guys
suitable.
want to go back to my episode number 100, you can see Dr. Viviana's pleasure chest
And just throwing it across the room.
throwing full-size sex toys into the audience.
They loved it.
No,
They loved
loved
it.
it.
Nobody got hurt. At least not that day. But yeah, I mean,
Okay.
there's definitely a way to do that. And I truly enjoy talking about it in a
Yeah.
way that most people would not feel offended or, although some people are always going to be offended
I was
when you're
gonna
talking
say,
about sex. But there's a way to talk about it that I think is going to help attract people to the topic because look, we all are sexual beings.
I love that, and I think you're gonna be by doing that, you're hitting different people who like maybe aren't interested in therapy, but they're watching the morning show, and then
That's
they're
what I
like,
hope. Yeah.
interesting. Oh, she said that, and I've been experiencing that.
Mhm. Yeah, and then of
That's
course
cool.
they can just go to the website and I have a bunch of stuff there. I'm coming out with an app, really trying to fine tune it right now, where it's free and it's everything that has to do with all of these ideas and everything. It'll all be there in one place, so you can download it and have access to it and get like things sent to you, text, email, whatever, just to
Whoa.
kind of keep things at top of mind. Because
Yeah.
for a lot of people in relationships, they may not read a book, they may not watch me on TV, but if they have a place where they're just like, oh,
Easy
let me check
access.
into it, or their friend or their partner can send it over to them, then I think I just want it to be easier for people to get the help they need.
Yeah. I love that. We are pro sex toys on Adultish Wines, whether it's for solo play, partner play, gift for a friend. I mean, I can personally vouch for Adam and Eve. I bought a sex toy or 20. Adam and Eve is giving Adultish listeners a spankin' deal. See what I did there? You get 50% off of one item, 3 special bonus gifts, 6 free movies, and free shipping. And free discreet shipping, by the way. Go to adamandeve.com to get 50% off the one item, 3 free gifts, 6 free movies, and free shipping. That's ADULTISH at adamandeve.com. Okay, we're going to play Wine or Fine.
Okay.
Which I don't know if we were playing this game last time I had you on, but basically, wine or fine, I'm going to say something and you tell me if you're into it, it's a fine.
Okay.
If you're not into it, it's a wine.
Okay.
And we can kind of discuss a little bit on each thing. Watching porn as a couple, wine or fine?
Fine.
Okay.
But it depends on the kind of pornography, because not everybody is into the same thing. Partners may not be into the same thing. So I'm a fan of like, go as like rated R as possible to start off with, because, you know, for some people, they've had a relationship with pornography for decades. And what typically happens, especially for men, this is what I've been told, and I speak to men all the time, that over time, in order to get the same level of arousal, they have to up the ante.
Whoa.
So before they know it, they're watching things that are like not even really likely or plausible in reality. So I'm a fan of like, start off with things that you would actually be able to accomplish as a human in a healthy, safe, sane, consensual way, even especially with a partner. So if you can do that and stick with pornography that's like ethical, actual couples, maybe start there.
Okay.
And then as a couple, then you can decide, ooh,
we like
this,
that.
we like
this.
It's a conversation. But yeah, I think it can be very healthy.
Okay. Talking to your parents about your sex life, wine or fine? I heard this on a podcast where someone wrote in, like, it was actually one of their, like, you know, basically like, help me with this. My husband talks to his mom about our sex life.
Oh,
and
man.
It bothers
okay.
me.
So yeah, I guess that I think is a wine, because you're not sharing you're sharing y'all's information. I think that's oversharing. So that would be a wine. But if you like, I would love for my kids when they're adults, and even now, I would love for them to ask me questions about sexuality and health and all of that. But as adults, I would love for my kids to be able to say, this is what's going on. I do not need details about their partners, though, because I would almost feel like, well, y'all go talk to somebody about it, and it probably shouldn't be me.
Right.
That's an interesting one. I would say wine.
I would say wine too. And especially if you've expressed it and it's like something that is like they still feel so comfortable to do. It's like, well, I've expressed it. It makes me feel uncomfortable. So please don't talk to your mother about our sex life, how often we have sex, what the problems we're having.
Or even just, I think, oversharing with your loved ones about your relationship gripes. I feel like it doesn't go very well.
I know, but okay, so if you're not having a therapist, who is the person? Who are you supposed to gripe about your romantic relationship to? Your friends or your parents?
Oh, I don't think either. I think you need to have access. I mean, y'all, like at my practice, we start at like $75 an hour. It doesn't have to happen every month. You can make it like, you can do 30 minutes if you want. Like, have a professional, because you're just going to get so much more out of it, and they are not going to hold that against your partner.
Right.
Like, they're not going to be looking at them like, oh, he's the one who wanted to da-da-da. Or
I know. And I've run into problems with my friends where they've vented to me about not even the sex part, but just like
in general,
problems.
exactly.
And, you know, I'm really worried about what you told me, and that, you know, that's really unfortunate.
That's
oh my gosh.
The other part. I'm so glad you brought that up, because I do often have to tell people, you might feel unburdened when you unload something really big going on with you onto somebody that you love, like a parent, even maybe your partner, but your partner's kind of signed up for it. Um, but that it's not like it just goes into a void. It impacts them and they worry about you and they wonder like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? What's going on? Speaking to a professional, like that's what we're trained to do and we're trained to handle it.
Yeah, and I don't want you to feel like you can't come to me with that very important, sensitive information. Like it's safe with me and I'm here for you. But then when you
but then who's going to be there for you?
Right, but then I'm confused because then you flip the switch very quickly and you were all good with. I'm like, oh, but what about that very scary thing you told me?
Yeah. So that's the other thing. Okay, let's just say this: if you are going to share information that is private, somewhat intimate, sensitive information with someone, make sure you follow up and give them some of the like, okay, we had a great conversation, thumbs up, like
yes,
or we worked through it. Thank you so much for hearing me out.
I love that.
Don't just
that would make a big change because I'm like, wait, last time we spoke, this crazy thing was happening, and now this is happening.
Well, and as a therapist, I get to ask that question at the beginning of nearly every situation and every session. Like, okay, last time this was going on, how are things going? I don't know that we necessarily get that in real time with friends, but hopefully, you're not just unloading and being like, oh, thank you for being there. And they're like, oh.
Yeah, because like we ride at dawn. Like I'm with you. So like you show up to the dinner and I'm like, oh, wait, are we still plotting his death?
Yeah.
Kind of?
Is the gasoline
Dixie Chick style? Okay, good. Love those. Okay, it's already the end. This was rapid fire. I know. What's your wine of the week? What's been going on in your personal world or your work world? That's peeing you off, pissing you off.
Thank you. Meal prepping is awful.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I've really been trying to eat better. And I was like, you know what? September 2025, I am going to meal prep the entire month and I'm just going to like be really good about it. And then before you know it, I'm in LA. Before you know it, I have like 30 clients in 1 week. And it was going really well. The intention was there, but the consistency was difficult. So all of you who meal prep out there, if you want to DM me like what your tips are to stay on track, please let me know. Because it works. Like I can feel that I'm eating the right things. I'm getting the nutrients. I'm sleeping better and all that. But then like I have a cookie in the car. That's not part of the meal plan.
You need to have, I do like to meal prep.
Do you?
I wouldn't say I'm an expert at it, but it does, like you said.
I'm always impressed with people who can like do it diligently.
I do it all on a Sunday.
Okay.
And I usually do like 4 to 5 days-ish.
See, that was my issue. I did 7.
Day 7's hard because day 7 the food is not so great and you're really craving something that tastes good at day 7 of having the same food.
That's exactly
what it was. But me as a single person, I'm okay doing the same meals for 4 or 5 days. I do things that I know are going to sit well and microwave well.
Yes.
The snacks, though, are very important. So, like, if I'm ever feeling like, this wasn't enough for me, or why am I meal prepping? Like, let me DoorDash or something. I'll have, like, a snack that I already have that I bought. A little, the popcorn, Smart Pop, the jerky sticks from Trader Joe's.
You should get sponsored by all of these.
I know, like those types of things. I'm like, okay, I enjoy these and they're easy to eat and I can tack them onto my meal if I'm feeling like I didn't eat enough.
So that's what I'm going to whine about because it isn't the easiest, but I like the idea of maybe I did too many days.
Yeah.
And then I'm eating the same thing again and again and again. So
do 4 or 5 and like do the 80-20 rule. Like 80% of the time you're eating your meal prep and 20% of the time allow for yourself to have the cookie or whatnot. Okay. But I know. One time I did 90 days. I did a challenge, a fitness challenge. 90 days with no alcohol and 90 days of the same meals.
Wow.
It was three large meals and 2 snacks, but like cooked snacks. For 90 days. I could not look at tuna for years.
Shoot. Well, that's the other thing. Like I can't do stuff that smells. Like I'm not gonna do that in an office.
No, you can't do that in an office.
I'm not gonna. So
options are limited.
Yeah. Check in with me next time. We'll see how things are going.
Okay, sounds good. Any last thoughts, questions, concerns, things you want to point to before we end?
Like I said, I'm always trying to help couples. Always trying to help individuals who really want to magnify their experience of love and respect and long-term relationships. So if you have anything going on out there that you're like, "Oh my gosh, I would love for her to be a part of it." I'm in my season of yes. I would love to connect with people out there. If your mission sounds similar to mine, reach out.
I love that.
Yeah,
And she really means it.
I
Like
do.
she's responsive to her DMs, her emails, and like you said, like on your website and stuff like that. You're really like
Contact me.
putting it all
Yeah.
out there. Yeah. Okay, good. Well, thank you, Dr. V. Time
Cheers.
6. Expect a robe.
Woohoo!
Oh God. Okay, love you, whiners. See you next Thursday. Bye.